As a brief side note before getting into this video, I originally planned to make this a full series, though in that case, it would have been a what if combining two ideas, if the Potara fusion was permanent and if Vegeta and Gohan fused. So I changed my mind to focus on one idea, so that it fit as a one-shot what if, but if them being permanently fused is an idea you're interested in, let me know and I'll consider making a full series of it. So I have seen the question about what if Goku and Gohan fused, but I haven't seen someone ask what if Vegeta and Gohan fused. However, besides in the Buu Saga, it wouldn't really make a difference, so that's why it's a one-shot video. Anyway, this time begins back in age 774, where Goku has just got the Potara earrings from old Kai. Though, as the old Kai was explaining how he fused before, the Supreme Kai told him to save it for later, as Buu Tanks was about to finish them off. However, Goku then arrives with the instant transmission and splits him in half with an energy disc. Then, after Buu Tanks kicks Tien away, he reforms into one and starts talking with Goku. Goku still tosses the earring to Gohan, but Gohan fails to catch it right away. At this time, Gotenks' fusion wore off, so Buu-Tanks reverts to Buccalo, while Gohan finds the dropped earring. However, this is where the major change happens in this timeline. While both Goku and Gohan are distracted, Buu starts to absorb Goku instead of Gohan. Before he is completely absorbed, he quickly explains to Gohan how the earrings work, and he tosses the second one to Gohan. So, Buu then completely absorbs Goku, becoming Buku. Now, Gohan lands and starts to think about who he can fuse with, but unfortunately the only two options nearby are Hercule or Dende, since Tien is knocked out. As Gohan was about to throw the earring to Hercule, he senses Vegeta nearby, so he quickly causes a distraction, maybe throwing up dust, so that Buku can find them. He then flies off to where Vegeta is, quickly explaining that Goku was absorbed, and they must use these earrings to fuse. However, since this isn't Goku he was fusing with, the reluctance of doing so might not be there, since obviously Gohan wasn't the one that hit a form like Super Saiyan 3 from Vegeta. Even if he isn't reluctant to fuse, Gohan might do something similar about bringing up Buu absorbing Bulma, Trunks, Piccolo, Goku, Goten, and everyone else. So, as Buku arrives, he is greeted with a flash of light as the two merge together. Once the light fades away, standing in front of Buku is Vegeta. However, instead of going Super Saiyan, they might have their own transformation. After all, Gohan has his ultimate form and Vegeta's strongest form at the time is Super Saiyan 2. So, like in the manga, Vegeta would likely only use Super Saiyan and not Super Saiyan 2. Anyway, for their form, it would be a combination of the potential Unleashed/Ultimate form and Super Saiyan. We don't know if this form is possible, but from what I've read, I'm assuming it is. I'm only assuming this because Gohan has this form in one of the card games and he was supposed to use this form in Battle of the Gods, but it was cut from the movie. It's hard to tell what this form could be named, but for the sake of simplicity, I will call it Ultimate Super Saiyan. Also, it might be important to go over the personality of Vegeta, as Vegeta's personality played a part in how he fought. He exhibits Vegeta's cockiness and inclination for taunting others, and enjoys toying with enemies, but as an Ultimate Super Saiyan he is also arrogant, having inherited Gohan's arrogance and cockiness from when he is in his ultimate form. Though, when in his base form, instead of the cockiness and arrogance from Gohan, he gets his kind and humble nature instead. This might be where it would be smart to talk about how strong Vegeta is. Out of the possible fusions of Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan, Vegeta is probably the weakest, since there isn't that close bond between Gohan and Vegeta like there is between Goku and Gohan, and there isn't that rivalry between Gohan and Vegeta like there is between Goku and Vegeta, though he likely isn't much weaker than Vegeta, as Gohan's immense power multiplied by Vegeta's would get them close to Vegeta in power. Shortly after they fuse, Vegeta quickly turns into his Ultimate Super Saiyan form. Even in his base form he would have been dominating Buku in this fight, so once they transform, the pink monster does not stand a chance. Eventually they still use a Spirit Sword against Buu, but he releases steam so he can't be seen. Though, unfortunately for Buu, Vegeta does have Vegeta's strategic mind, so he easily sees through this by following Buu's ki. Anyway, the fight goes the same as it did in the manga, up until the point that Vegeta was purposely absorbed by Buu. The main difference here is that with Vegeta's cockiness and confidence, he'd be toying around with Buu, while Gohan's side would be caring towards her family. The combined cockiness of Ultimate Gohan and Vegeta takes over. Instead of trying to separate the absorbed heroes out of Buku, they just toy around with him until they get bored. Now this could easily end terribly if they toy around for too long, as their fusion would end, though I think they would get bored before that ends up happening. So, when Vegeta uses his final Kamehameha, it would be enough to vaporize Buku. The only downside to this is that it kills the heroes alongside Buu, which, right after using this attack, Vegeta would defuse. Of course, they would realize their mistake right away. Thankfully for them, they would be able to revive everyone that died via the use of the Namekian Dragon Balls. The rest of the Buu Saga would roughly go the same, with the heroes regrouping on the lookout and celebrating. Of course, the parts of the story with Kid Buu never happened, since Vegeta vaporized Super Buu. After this saga, not much would change in the story. In Battle of Gods, Fat Buu wouldn't be there to anger Beerus, but there was still some Shenron to find out how to become a Super Saiyan God. When it gets to the Goku Black Saga, that would be the first time Goku and Vegeta fused. Then if following the anime version, when it comes to the Tournament of Power, Buu wouldn't be in the Xeno exhibition match. It might be Vegeta, after Whis uses his staff to get Bolo to be born slightly earlier than he did in the anime. The only other change would be in the Moro Saga, since with Buu dead, there's no Grand Supreme Kai that can awaken within him or a Oob to help give energy to defeat Moro. Instead of it getting to that point, however, Goku would take Beerus's and Whis' advice and kill Moro when he had the chance before Moro could become one with the Earth. After the defeat of Moro, the rest of Dragon Ball Super goes the same, and the end of Z stays the same as well.